We do them. We don't do them as much as we, did the first year of business. We're very selective about the shows that we do, only because, like everyone, that has a business, our time is valuable, especially now with a child, and our corporate jobs. We don't necessarily want to be spending every weekend out on a show. We'd rather expend that same energy and time into just promoting on our social media platforms or walking into a couple of local businesses and trying to make a deal. So we are very particular on the shows that we do. They either need, to have a charitable component, like we got asked to do a smaller event in April, but a lot of the proceeds are going to charity. So that's something that we wanted to be a part of. Or the event needs to be large enough where we're expecting a couple of thousand, people for us to kind of invest that time on a weekend.
And so when you do those kinds of shows, do you have enough pieces that aren't custom?
So, good question again. We do not take generic items to shows. If we do, we will take small quantities of each one. And if we sell out, we sell out. So the last big show that we did, they estimated about 20,000 people came through. Obviously, not all these people stopped at our booth, but we did have high traffic, but that's actually where we introduced our hat bar. So that was something new for us. We took our hat press there. We had patches already engraved with all of the local zip codes that we knew people would be coming from, and people got to press, their own hat on site. So that was something new for us. We had no idea how to estimate how many patches to make, and we did end up with some leftover ones, but we know that, that stuff isn't going to go bad. We can just use it next year at the next show, right? And it kind of gave us a gauge of how much to produce. But otherwise, the approach that we use for shows is typically we are just there to display and to make people aware of our business rather than actually selling, on that day. Of course, it makes us happy, to sell things. So we do take some things to sell, but really we're there to get more brand awareness in our community.
Are you taking orders?
And we will take orders. We will provide them a discount if they decide to order there on the spot. So like a show discount. And we'll just pull up our website and process the order there.
So you're not actually like, oh, we're going to go to this show and make a big bundle like cash. It's more,
Exactly.
we're going to know who we are and we'll get it on the back end.
Exactly.
A lot of it is definitely brand awareness for us, getting our name out there, taking different examples of, pieces that we've done samples for, or mess ups that, still look good. Like if we misspelled someone's name on a board, we keep that aside and we put in our show bin. So we can always take that and display something. And that way people get an idea, because not everyone has an event coming up right away, or they're still thinking about what can I do. But we always give a card when they stop by the booth. And, we usually do hear back like, hey, I came by your booth at the local farmer's market, last month. I'm ready to place my order. I have a wedding coming up. I love this board. How can I place an order?
So the last show that we attended that I told you about, we paid, and you're welcome to share these numbers if you find it valuable in the article, but we paid a $200 fee to be at the show. And, that was our booth fee. We were there for 8 hours. We did take some generic items and we walked away with about $2,500 in sales that day. And that was, a lot of it was from the hat bar and selling things like bottle openers and little keychains. But more importantly, we gave out over 500 business cards. And out of those business cards, we had a law firm that had stopped by our booth. And over the next 30 days, they ended up spending close to $3,000 with us. So while, that one day may not have immediately equated into sales, we obviously picked up one great business partner, for the foreseeable future.